I'm on a mission. It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find a shady little spot, not too cool, not too high, perfect for a little fishing.
Now on the road again, guys. Headed down to Lake Okeechobee and a little fast this morning. And Captain Larry, I'm gonna go watch him a little bit. For the first hour, though, I'm gonna throw some top water and see if I can catch one. Yeah, golly, another nice morning. I mean, it's about 70 degrees. There's not a bit of wind blowing. And there's nobody in the parking lot except for 2 other boats. Isn't that great? I mean, that's just great. I mean, you know, went from 8 weeks of craziness to, you know, just very comfortable to put in. There's Captain Larry getting ready to pick up Mr. Mike and his nephew, and they're going to go up fishing a little bit, and I'm going to go watch him after I throw some top water and just kind of piddle around a little bit, and kind of look at the birds and the coons and the deer like I always do in the morning.
Good idea.
Why say, Robin?
What's going on?
It's all you, buddy. You're a winner and you just took right off the other day.
yeah.
Did you win, Tom?
Morning, guys. I'm going to go out here and do the little whopper plopper a little bit. See if I do any good. Oh, it's nice March. There ain't a boat here a couple boats all over here at the ramp. It's not a knockdown, drag out fight. The snowbirds are gone, my man. The snowbirds are gone. Thank God. Well, I'm backing out and heading up the river. And like I said, I'm going to throw a smaller version of the whopper plopper this morning. And I did do that, and I caught a few on it. And I was looking for the birds, you know, like I always do, because the birds will tell you where they're at. I did start off the smaller one this morning, smaller whopper plopper, and I caught a couple fish on it, and daggone blue herring come down there and grabbed it.
Birds, guys.
I didn't have it 15 minutes using it, and broke off, and he was somewhere with it. I couldn't slow him down because I had that Power Pro 210 on, and that's not really strong stuff. But yeah, he nailed that thing, and up through the river he went. It's on, my man. It's on. Fish on, guys, fish on. Oh, strong fucker. Strong rascal. Fish on, my man, fish on. Right there. Whew. Look good. Fish on, my man. Another bird down there, guys. I switched over to an AC shiner, a little AC shiner, and started just kind of using it like a jerk bait, throw it down through there with 6-pound test and just kind of twitching it. And I started catching them real small fish. But like I said, anywhere there was a bird, you know, you caught a fish because the bait was in there. Yeah, you can have fun to just these smaller fish like you can them 10-pounders. Just scale your equipment down. You know, go down to smaller stuff, smaller lines, smaller rods, and then you know you just don't drag them in. I mean, the fight's on. I'll tell you another thing that works real good in a situation like this, and that's a little Smoky Joe. Little Smoky Joe, they'll catch them too. And you could use a pop-R down through here on these smaller fish too. You take a pop-R and flip it down through there and catch them fish, and a fluke, or you know, or even a rooster tail, small rooster tail comes up through there. You'll catch them fish. You want to set your drag a little bit loose if you scale your baits down like that, because you never know when you might get a 7-8 pounder on there and that'll break your line. So loosen your drag. You can get him in. You just got to loosen your drag and take your time, because there's nothing for them to get tangled up on in the river. I mean, you go out into the lake. That's a whole different story out there. I mean, you got to use heavy line out there to get them out of the buggy whips and dollar pads and gator grass and whatever, because they'll wrap you up in there and you'll never get them out unless you got heavy line. I can see them blowing up all over the place right there, but you know, after about an hour, they get their belly full and they're not real. Like I said before, they're not real aggressive. I use this outfit when I'm back in West Virginia, when I'm, you know, trout fishing. This 6-foot rod and President Pfluger ultralight and 6-pound test. You can see the sky is clear as a bell. Sun's coming up a little bit. It's about 72 degrees. And yeah, it's starting to get daylight a little bit earlier, you know, each day, because the time of the year it just keeps getting earlier and earlier. I keep track of that on my iPhone, on the you know, daylight, because that daylight's kind of a good time to be out there. I mean, the fishing's good. So my bite slowed down, so I went up the Dead River and found Captain Larry, and he was catching a few, and they just having a good time too. And I just sat back and ate my lunch and sat there and watched them fellas catch fish. And I was having a good time watching them, and they were having a good time catching them. Mr. Mike, Captain Larry, and Mr. Mike's nephew. No great big ones, just a few little ones there they was catching. Since that guy won all that money up the Dead River, there's a lot of boats up here anymore, up here. But yeah, the word gets out, and next thing you know, they're up there. Yeah, Larry's good friend Mike there. They just decided to go with him this morning, and they got some shiners and threw them in the boat and headed up the Dead River, you know. They did end up catching one about 10 pounds there towards the end, but most of them were about, you know, a couple pounds, you know, which that's good. I mean, that's still fish. I wish it'd stay like this all year long, this temperature right here. Sunday morning, just relaxing. on Lake Okeechobee. Now they're using floats, just throwing out there in the middle, you know, and them fish, where that guy caught them there, got that $100,000, that's where he was catching them, you know, right out in the middle. And that's where they was catching theirs too. The wind is starting to pick up a little bit. It was pretty flat this morning, but all of a sudden it started picking up, you know. And this, of course, after about 9:30, about anywhere on any lake you go to, the wind starts picking up until about an hour before dark, and then it, you know, settles down. Now, right at daylight this morning, I had it pretty good. I mean, when I was throwing top water, the wind wasn't, you know, it wasn't bad at all. I got a crappie trip in the morning, so I got to switch everything back over to going fishing for crappie with a couple gentlemen. They quit letting the water out of the lake, I guess. I was watching the news last night where they were putting water out in, you know, the Gulf of America and in the Atlantic Ocean both. And yeah, they quit letting it out. Now it's whatever it is. I think it's about 12 foot or 12 and a half feet. That's what it's going to be now. Unless it evaporates a little bit more, or we get some storms and it brings it up a little bit, but I think that's where they're going to leave it, right there, about 12 and a half feet.
Got that one.
And you got to really be careful running out here now because the water is low. I mean, it was 16 feet at one time. Now it's down to about 12 and a half feet. So there's a lot of stuff sticking out. If you're not careful, you'll tear something up. Larry's pointing out there, they're blowing up out there a little bit. And the fish are blowing up out there on some bait. Fish on, guys, fish on. There's some guys out there kind of easing down through there in front of them. A little bit close, but well, we got a nice one on here, guys, a really nice one.
Hey, Mike, grab the net.
But they're getting ready to quit, and I'm getting ready to go back and eat some lunch too, so this was a dandy.
See how he stepped that hook?
With that 9-pounder they caught this morning, they caught 5 fish. It would go over 40 pounds this morning. I mean, they really laid into them there. That one there is not, I think 9899, but they had 5 fish. Of course, now they're using shiners now. They're not using artificial. That would go over 40 pounds. Yeah, Okeechobee's alive and well, guys. Just, you just got to go fishing.
If you brought 50 pounds in, you'd win.